What helps children become the best version of themselves? When kids are born, as parents, we really want them to become everything that they can be. We want them to be happy. We want them to be healthy. We don't ever want them to experience any pain, especially if we ourselves went through something very painful or very traumatic. But the fact of the matter is, we can't protect them from everything that happens in life, right? The goldfish still might die, the one that we got from the fair. If you have a dog, at some point that dog might get old or get a terminal illness. Inevitably, grandparents may pass away. All of those things are hard things. And even if there is nothing beyond just experiencing the natural cycle of life that you think that your child might have to go through, we do know that inevitably there are going to be highlights and lowlights of every single day, every single week, month, year of life. And there's going to be so many things that your child needs to learn how to handle. And if you have a child that naturally leans towards anxiety, sometimes this can be a really hard thing to manage. Many of the kids that I work with in my clinic come to me because their bodies don't really work for them and they don't feel safe in the world. And their parents know that, and their parents are always trying to anticipate what they can do to support them better. But the reality is that you feel most empowered and most confident when you learn how to step out of your fear and do things that are hard. So, part of my job when I work with a child is not just to give them confidence in their bodies, to help them build motor skills, help them build balance and body control, help their eyes work better for them so that they look where they're going, help them, move the pencil better so that they can form the letters. Those are pieces of my job. But the other part of my job is to teach a child that I believe in them, that I know that the things that they're going through are challenging for them and maybe more challenging for them than they would be for another child, or that the things that I'm asking them to do are not things they like, are things that make them anxious, are things that maybe just magnify the parts of them that they don't feel are good, right? I'm not a good writer. I'm not very good at playing sports. I'm not very good at balancing on this thing. It makes me very afraid. I don't let those fears stop them from learning how to move through that fear to get to a place of empowerment. And what ends up happening inevitably every single time is that as that child learns in very small doses, and usually it might be something as small as doing something with a pencil for 5 or 10 seconds, and then doing something that they really enjoy, like going on the swing, and then going back to the pencil and doing it for 5 or 10 seconds, and then back on the swing. That process shows them how to dance between leaning into the thing that is a little bit hard and a little bit uncomfortable, and then going back to the thing that makes them feel good, calm down, recover, and get the emotional strength and endurance to then face the challenge again. But one thing I don't do is let them opt out of the challenge just because it's hard, or say, oh no, we won't do it at all today. Don't worry. I can see that it's making you too upset. We don't negotiate about whether or not we're going to do the challenge, but I do respect that sometimes they need more recovery and less skill. And then as that skill starts to build, that balance starts to shift. And what we see is that eventually we might be spending half our time in skill and half our time in recovery. And then that amount will grow to where we're spending a lot of our time in skill and not as much time needing to go towards the activities that help them recover. So I challenge you as a parent, when you're thinking about what is the best way to help your child become happy and healthy, to help them feel safe in the world, the best thing that you can do for them is very gradually, very respectfully help them lean into their fears. You don't necessarily have to make them sit down for an hour and practice something that's super, super hard for them. Sometimes that causes more anxiety, more trauma, more tantrums, more challenges in your relationship just because you're pushing through the thing that is hard. However, you can push through in small doses at a level that is just right for your child with regard to that new skill and how much anxiety they have around it, and not let them get out of the demand altogether, but show them that you believe in them. Praise them for the effort, praise them when they do small things right, and foster that ability to be resilient and to face the things that are causing them anxiety, because on the other side of that is confidence, pride, self-worth. I did it. I pushed through that challenge. I accomplished this thing. And now, mom, watch me. Look what I can do. And that's such an amazing place to be with a child who previously was kicking and screaming every time you went to a new event or every time you went to a birthday party. And while all those moments were really hard, you know you don't want to live in those moments forever by continually protecting your child from the things that are triggering fear and that are hard for them. What you want is to guide your child through that and show them that you believe in them, show them that they're resilient, and show them that they have the power to grow and change if they have someone to guide them through the process who's also respecting the fact that they are anxious and uncomfortable doing things that are hard for them. And when they look back, those are the same kids that come to me or come to their mom and say, do you remember when I first came to the gym, I couldn't do X, Y, and Z. Now watch me do this. Mom, watch me go across the monkey bars. Mom, watch me do this thing on the trapeze. Mom, watch me jump off this swing and land on my feet. When that kid was the kid who wouldn't get on a swing, who couldn't even hold on to the monkey bars a couple months ago, and who certainly didn't even know how to pick their feet up to be able to swing on a trapeze to get from one place to another. Believe in your child, help them figure out how to get to that place of empowerment so that they have the courage to go through life, find their purpose, find their meaning, and find things that bring them a deeper level of happiness and satisfaction than any video game or, fun activity or in the moment reward could ever bring them. That is my advice for the day. My name is Aubrey Schmalley. I am the author of the Body Activated Learning Handbook, speaker, and pediatric occupational therapist.